Today it's time to get framed up as we make a one Prim framed picture within Second Life and using GIMP. What's going on, guys? Thomas XSL here, your Neko virtual reality host, and today we're going to be making a one Prim framed picture in Second Life. There's two ways we're going to do this. One is in world. Well, it's in world as soon as you bring your picture into world, you upload your picture. You want the rest of making the actual frame is going to be done in world. And the second way, we're going to be going into GIMP to put the picture into the frame. So to get started, at first you'll need to go to a sandbox where you can res things, or either a sandbox, or if you own land you can go there as well. Here we're at Natoma. Now this is after you've taken your snapshot and you've brought it in world. Remember, it costs 10 linens to bring in pictures in world, and now you're ready to put it in a nice little frame. So the first way to do this is right click on the ground, of course, click create, make sure you have the square highlighted or selected, and left click, res a square on the ground. I'm going to hit alt and left mouse click just to focus the camera on that while we're working. And we're going to rotate this, but we don't know which way we got to rotate this quite yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to we're first going to set up the frame. So I'm clicking color. You can click texture too if you want to add a texture. I'm clicking color and I'm going to select the color of black. Hit select. Now I'm going to go to select texture, and now I'm just going to left click on the top of the box. Click color again. This time I'm going to select the color of white, so that it's neutral blank. Select. I'm going to re-click to make sure I have that top texture selected, and I'm going to hit texture. And I'm going to actually go into the default library folder that everybody has in their inventory, and I'm going to pick a nice picture at random. This Prim Revolution looks pretty cool. Select. You can hit full bright, and depending on what your picture is, you can add a constant backlight to your picture, and when it's dark in SL or like midnight sun setting, then your picture will still be glowing and won't be darkened. So I'm going to go ahead and get the camera up here. I'm going to click this off and then show you that. So it's midnight and your picture is still nicely lit. Go back to world and return us back to midday setting. So I'm going to right click, hit edit, and back to making this picture frame, or this framed picture rather. So I'm going to go ahead and hit rotate, and now it looks like I need to flip the Prim heading this way. So I'm going to make sure that the red, see how the red ring is getting lit up. I'm going to left click on that, drag my cursor all the way straight up, and then outside of the ring, you see it's snapping the grid. I'm going to pull it down to south. There we go. Now it's perfectly lined up. Now we'll start doing the frame, or making the actual frame. Hit stretch, and on this blue axis I'm just going to push this back till it's about so thick, and then I'm going to go to Object tab, hit Alt and left click again to focus my camera on here, and I'm going to start tapering. Let me pull this into the frame. There we go. I'm going to start tapering straight up. About 15 is good, and then 15 going the other way. You see how that tapers in, And I'm going to push this in just a little bit more. You can go all the way too if you want, or you can have a cool 3D tapered effect. You'll see in stores, you'll see when they sell outfits, they'll have them in frames like this oftentimes, and then you can stretch it out if your picture needs to be stretched out. If you have a resizer script, you can always throw it in the contents if you're looking to sell your pictures. But if you want to just use them in your house, that's the first way you can make a one Prim framed picture. And then now the second way, we're going to use GIMP to modify our picture. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open a web browser first, and we're going to go to a search engine and look up frames, or just picture frames. Of course, before I forget, you'll want to go to the General tab and name your object. I'm just going to call mine one Prim picture frame and version 1. There we go. Alright, so here we are in Bing image search. You can use Google or whatever, and you have all these wonderful picture frames. Now some of these frames are all the way to the edge, and some of these, like this one here, have a space around them. If they have a space around them, it's alright. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that spacing. And there's tons of frames. You can put in certain, like here you can put in fall frames or gold frames or Polaroid frames or black frames, whatever frames you want. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with this. That was nice. I'm going to go with this. Alright, I'm going to take this, save it to your whatever folder you want. You can save it as either a .jpeg or .png file. Get that GIMP opened up. There we go. Ooh, I'm going to have to expand my viewing window here. So here's our picture frame drug into GIMP. And first thing I'm going to do is click this crop tool. And I'm going to get right in the corner here, hold down the left mouse click button and drag it all the way to the other end. That's about good. I'm going to release that and then hit enter, and that crops it right to the edge. Then for this centerpiece here, what I'm going to do is go to layers and go down to transparency, add alpha channel, and then come up here to the rectangular select tool, left click on that, and then come up here into the inside corner of your picture frame, hold down left mouse button and drag to the other end. I'm going to get lined up here as best as I can, and I'm going to release that button, and now you have these marching ant lines, and you just hit delete, and there you go. There's the alpha background showing that area is clear. Go to select, none, and at this point you can go to file and save as, and then you can go ahead and save just that frame. Make sure to save it under, like here I got frame number 4 gold.png. Make sure it is PNG or it will not save the clear middle section. When you get the compression message, go ahead and select that down to 0. You want no compression. Now we're going to go ahead and drag whatever the picture we want to put in this frame. We're going to drag that next into GIMP. So here's a nice picture. I threw over the frame, but it's too big for the frame, so I'm going to click right here to open the layers, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep this over the frame for right now. I'm going to hit the scale tool, click on this and start pulling this in. This is a picture of a real motorcycle, which inspired the little bobber that I ended up making fairly early on, and about when I first started picking up and buying motorcycle parts in SL. And we'll get to right about there, I guess. Hit scale. And also what you can do, and I almost forgot about this, you can click this, what do you click out? Wink. Yeah, you click wink to wink out your picture and it'll go away, but as soon as you click on it to rescale, it appears. But when you start pulling it, then you can see the area of where you're working in, or the area where you want to get to. You'll see that a little clearer. I almost forgot about that feature. So I'm pulling one at a time. I'm just left clicking, holding and dragging them up and just getting it in that, within that gold, making sure there's no, I'm kind of overlapping it so there's no alpha seams between the picture frame and the picture. Hit scale, it's going to disappear, and we just hit the eye icon to bring it back, and now we're going to left click on it and drag it underneath our background. And you'll find sometimes, like here, I'm trying to bring it down and it doesn't want to go down. So what you're going to do is highlight the picture layer, go to layer, and then go to stack, and then over, and then layer to bottom. Click that, and now it's behind the frame where it's supposed to be. And now we can go ahead and hit file, and then save as, and then go ahead and save your picture frame and get your 10 lindens ready to upload it in World. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in World. And when you go to save it, make sure you save it as a .png file. Hit Control U to upload your picture. There's our picture, gold frame with the bobber. Upload 10 lindens. Now while the picture is open like this, I'm going to right click the ground, hit create, throw another Prim, and now if you have a gold texture, you can throw gold on the outside of the picture. I'm just going to go into texture. I'm going to left click on this picture, drag it over, and then release. And there's our picture framed up. Here we don't have to rotate anything. We can just pick this texture right here, hit full bright, and you can see how that light, you can really see how that one lightens up. So lighten that up, hit select, grab on axis and merge, not merge, but squeeze it down. And there's our second one Prim framed picture. Now if you leave your frame a little thick, let's see, like this thin, you don't really see the edge. But if you didn't want this other picture, how the other picture is around, how you can see the bobber still, if you just wanted that straight gold and you wanted to get a little fancier, you can hit select texture, and now put your cursor over the texture that's going to be the face. Hold down shift and left click, and now you deselected that texture, or you've unselected that texture, and now we're going to work with these side ones only. And I'm going to, this horizontal scale, I'm going to start going down in the numbers, and then I'm going to use this horizontal offset to push the picture. I need to, there we go. Click it one more time, one more again. There we go. And now we got the gold frame. Now for this top piece, you'll probably, well, you know what? If you wanted to, you can click on that, left click on that piece alone, and then you can go ahead and move that out and then start shifting this. Whoops, that is not the direction I wanted to go. We can leave this zeros. This is just a little extra step. You do not have to do this, but you can. I'm going to shift this down like so, and then I'm going to go ahead and widen this out. And so that's another way. You can hunt for any of the gold on your frame and throw it over like so, and then hit stretch. And now you have just gold. There we go. Gold in the border, or gold on the sides without seeing any part of the bike. That's just an extra step. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. And now we're going to go ahead and go to position. I'm going to click on the first picture, go to general, highlight this, hit Control C for copy. Now left click on here, highlight object, and hit Control V. And I'm going to backspace one input. There we go. One Prim picture frame version 2. So that is the two versions of how to get, that's the two ways rather, how to make a one Prim picture, a one Prim framed picture in Second Life. That's a tongue twister. Once you get them named, don't forget to take them back. Give me that. Give me that. They will appear in your objects folder. And now we can go and sell them or put them up in our house, or whatever we want to do with them. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, throw a like, thumbs up, rate, subscribe. Ooh, what was that? Okay, that was my hand. Subscribe, join, and stay tuned for our next tutorial video or whatever we're doing. It's just at random. We live at random here. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Have fun, happy creating, take care. I've been framed.